Well, you know, we certainly can't say that we were shocked that the most popular post all day on our Facebook page wasn't a news story. It was a post that simply read, 47 days to spring.
After all, it seems like we've already had a winter and a half already, doesn't it? And then you look at the calendar and you see that it's only February 1st.
Yeah, so our Heather Lee went out there today in search of spring today, and she found people prepping for warmer weather at the Olmsted Park's MLK greenhouse.
Things are coming alive now. Plants are starting to grow. We're starting to make the cuttings. We're starting to do the seeds.
It's one of the busiest times of the year at the MLK greenhouse, where they're thinking spring.
This is the behind the scenes.
Because to have 10,000 annuals ready for planting in May, you have to start now.
The sowing is the easiest part.
They're starting with geraniums and begonias. In a few weeks, they'll sow other flower seeds. Over the past several years, the Buffalo Olmsted Parks Conservancy has also put more of a focus on native plants. And you guessed it, they grow those here too.
We have a limited budget, so we are very careful with the way that we grow our plants.
After just a few days, these tiny little seeds will start to look a little more like this.
It's always exciting when the next batch is coming.
There are about 200 in one flat, and before you know it, they'll get plucked out and potted.
We then transplant into 2 1/4 inch pots. From 2 1/4 inch pots, we put them in 4-inch pots. That'll be the end of May. At the end of May, we start planting out in the parks.
A handful of paid greenhouse workers rely on volunteers and their green thumbs to make sure the plants are well cared for.
Like I said, you know, we're always watching very carefully. So because these plants are going out into the Olmsted Parks, we want them to make a good impression. We want our garden areas to look nice.
It always seems to be sunny and 70 in here, but until the temps outside match, these will stay nestled indoors waiting for warmer weather, like so many of us here in Western New York. If only the weather was as tropical as that last flower that you saw there. Well, speaking of flowers, those 10,000 annuals and hundreds of other plants, those will go in 6 Buffalo Olmsted Parks here in the city, and also 8 circles that the Conservancy operates. Now, combined, all of that is much bigger than New York City's Central Park, but as you might imagine, the budget is much smaller. They are able to produce those flowers here in Buffalo for just a few cents each, as opposed to buying them, Scott and Mary Alice, for several dollars each. You could call it beauty on a budget.
Well, they do wonders with that budget. It looks beautiful. Thanks for taking us away. We appreciate it,
If only
Heather.
for 2 minutes, yes.
Yes, right.
You're welcome.